Hey y'all, it's Ricky T. I'm here at the Taylor Plantation on a cool day in late March, working from home on a Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Yep, it's Tuesday. And it's lunchtime. So I'm here in the dining room. One thing real quick I want to tell you, when you're watching this video, if you see things on the wall and it looks like they're hung crooked, they're not hung crooked. It's my stupid little tripod. The kids that keep taking it and they've screwed it up so I can't get this thing to sit straight. So anyway, just a little side note. So y'all may recall a while back, I think it was last fall, I did a video on reviewing the fast food chicken joints, and I reviewed my top ones. And you may recall that I said number 2 on my list, surprisingly, was just generically the grocery store fried chickens. And I kind of went through a few of those. And it still is number 2. So first of all, I got some bad news. The bad news is it looks as if the Safeway here in Beech Grove, I love their chicken. They must not be doing good. They're cutting their space in half. I think there's gonna be like a dollar store of some sort taking up the rest of the space, which is exactly what we need here in Beech Grove, another damn dollar store. And they've taken their deli out. So unless they're gonna eventually move it, it looks like the Safeway chicken's all gone. Really sucks. But in that was Walmart chicken, which is what I got today. I'm having me some Walmart fried chicken. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. But first, I'm going Penny Lee on you. We don't use paper. I use the real towels. So, some people would be saying to me, but Ricky T, I saw you eating some fish sandwiches 2 weeks in a row. Now you're eating fried chicken. You're gonna get the high cholesterol and you're gonna fall over dead. Like, so here, before we do the chicken thing, I wanna give you guys some information. Let me adjust this a little bit. This thing is terrible. I'm really mad at the kids. I'm gonna give you some quick information, then we're gonna talk about the chicken. So, first, cholesterol. And me. Then I'm gonna give you some information. So, back in early November, I did have blood work done. The total cholesterol was borderline. So I don't have high, overall total, I do not have high cholesterol as of November. But it could do better. It's borderline. So, but the one thing my doctor was slightly concerned about was something called LDLP. LDLP is a subset from the LDL. Basically what it is it has to do with the molecules that are floating around, boom, 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 in your bloodstream. And so if those molecules are large enough, which they normally are, they bounce around in your bloodstream for a while, then they go back into the liver, they regenerate, they come back, boom, 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 go back in, it continues that cycle. Now, the higher your LDLP, the smaller the molecules. And the smaller the molecules, the more of an issue it can become. Because if the molecules are small enough, they can then make their way into your arteries and become what we know as plaque, which is what over time builds up and causes the blockages which cause heart attacks. So my LDLP was high. It was actually very high and it was concerning. So I got you, I'm with you. Even though the overall's okay, the LDLP has to be addressed. So since November, I've been taking an herb, because you know that's what I do. I've been taking an herb called red yeast rice. It works kind of like a statin drug. It is supposed to bring down your LDL cholesterol. My dad did it and got his down and it worked. I advised him, he listened to me, and it worked. Because when people listen to Ricky T, normally good things happen. When people don't listen to Ricky T, normally bad things happen. It's just how life goes. So I've been taking the red yeast rice since November. And then I've also been taking vitamin K2. So what is vitamin K2? What does it do? Vitamin K2 kind of works on your arteries, kind of like Drano does on your pipes at home. So the vitamin K2 supposedly works to melt and clear out and drain out all the garbage, all the buildup, all the plaque in your arteries. So I've been doing both of those. Now the biggest thing I can do, which I haven't been as good at, I use the excuse it's been winter, but we do have, we do have a treadmill downstairs. Exercise is the best thing you can do. I'm really trying my best to pump that up, but I just haven't yet. So on that front, I gotcha. I do have, overall I'm okay, but I do have one issue. I got it, I'm addressing it. Also, I will tell you, in 2018, I was eating the crap out of fried chicken. I mean, literally, I ate fried chicken pretty much at least once a week. So since my blood work in November, I've not hardly been eating fried chicken at all. I did a Popeyes review for y'all a while ago. I think I've only had chicken one time since then. So I've been cutting back big time. And then in mid to late April, I'm gonna get my blood work again and see if the things I've been doing is working. If it's working, I'm gonna keep doing it. If it's not working, then we'll have to readdress it. I may have to go on actual prescription drugs, which I'm trying to avoid with all cost. Now, now here's where I wanna educate you on something you probably didn't know. Maybe you did. Some people know, most people don't know. Have any of you heard of a word called homocysteine? Homocysteine is a natural occurring amino acid in the body that they have found elevated levels of homocysteine lead to cardiac issues, leads to eventually cardiac arrest, heart attack, and death. Here's a fact, and I beg of you to look it up because you'll find that what I'm telling you is absolutely true. When you look at all people who have had a heart attack, only 50% of all people who have had a heart attack have high cholesterol. So that means if you have high cholesterol, you have a 50-50 chance of having a heart attack. So, not as bad as maybe you thought. Only 50% of people with high cholesterol, or you can say it either way, only 50% of people who have heart attacks actually have high cholesterol. On the flip side, that word homocysteine I just gave you, 100%, and I'm not joking you, 100% of all people who have heart attacks have elevated levels of homocysteine. So what they're finding now is homocysteine plays as big, if not a bigger role in your overall heart health as compared to cholesterol. So I told you when I went and had my blood work, borderline overall, LDLP was high. Get this, homocysteine, perfect. Perfect levels on the homocysteine. So yeah, I still need to address the LDLP, but because I know my homocysteine is normal, I'm not feeling as bad, okay? I'm feeling actually pretty good. I do need to exercise and lose some weight, and no doubt. So, but real quickly, I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna get back to the chicken. Why do we hear doctors and on TV all the time talk about cholesterol, gotta get the cholesterol down, do blah, 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 all that. But almost nobody has heard of homocysteine. Why? Why is that? I'll tell you why. Money. Like everything else, it's money. Cholesterol lowering drugs are $1 billion a year industry. We all know that. You probably know a bunch of people taking those kind of drugs, and they're not cheap. They do have side effects, and I think they're terrible. So how do you keep your homocysteine in check? Rick, how you do it? Simple, vitamin B complex. You can buy for $10 to $15 for a month supply. Take a little vitamin B, they're yellow. You'll pee like a fluorescent yellow when you're taking it. That's how you know it's working. And it keeps you in check, baby. It works. And like I told you, I got my blood work in November. My homocysteine was perfect. And guess what? I take vitamin B complex. So it works. So I'm hoping the red yeast rice and the vitamin K2, I always have to think about that one. The K2 is doing as good for the cholesterol side as the B complex is for the homocysteine side. Then I'll be good. But But I do, again, I gotta exercise. That's all there is to it. So just so you guys know, that's what's up. And so whenever you do go to the doctor and you get your blood work done, make sure if they're doing your cholesterol, they also check your homocysteine, because they're both important. All right, I'm just giving y'all some advice. Y'all are lucky you got me as your friend, because I'm the one out there doing the reading, doing the research, getting smarter and smarter every day and bringing it to you so you don't have to do the work. That's just what I do. Now, the real reason, and I'm gonna make this quick because I got a call here in about, I got a conference call here in a few minutes. Pretty good. Walmart's good. Kroger is really good. I ate so much Kroger chicken when I lived over in Thompson Park because it was like 2 minutes away. And now it's 5 minutes away. It's like a long drive. But Walmart's a little closer. The Safeway was even closer. Really sad. I hope they put the deli back in. The chicken is nice and good. It's not really too greasy. Now in the past, yeah, I'm hungry, man. It's going on 1 o'clock. I'm normally done 8 an hour ago. Normally, here, let's have a wing. Let's try a wing. Normally, it seems like it'll, pretty good. Pretty crispy. It's normally crispier. The thing about grocery store chicken is timing. When do they cook it? Because they cook a crap load of it. I set it under the light. If you get it while it's still fresh, that's why I like to go around 11:30, 11:45. That's when they're first starting to do it. Cook it, the first batch, and get it pretty fresh. That's pretty good. I've had it a little bit crispier, but this is good. And for about $3 cheaper for 8 pieces, I won't eat them all. Trust me. At least not all at once. For about $3 cheaper than, what do you call it, Popeyes, and Walmart is like real close to my house. It's good. So I'm actually in a rush to get on a call here in a minute, but I wanted to talk to y'all about the cholesterol thing, teach y'all about homocysteine, advise you to get, if you're getting your cholesterol tested, also get your homocysteine checked out, because they're both important. You know, if one is good and the other is not, work on the one that's not, but you don't have to be freaking out. If they're both high, then you got some work to do. Probably need to take some medicine and do some walking. But anyway, there you go. You got it. You know I love you. Till next time, as always, God bless America.